All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're zeroing in on one of the most polarizing items sitting right there in your grocery store. I mean, some people call it the ultimate health food, while others are waving red flags about its hidden dangers. Believe it or not, this creamy green staple is technically a single-seeded berry. Yeah, a berry, just one that decided to skip the sugar and pack itself with fat instead. But we really need to ask, is this trendy fruit silently sabotaging your health? And frankly, are you even eating real avocado when you buy it? Today, we're going to unpack the incredible, scientifically validated benefits of the avocado, right alongside some truly shocking medical warnings.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, the ultimate superfood berry. Second, hidden risks and fatal mistakes. Third, the fake avocado industry. Fourth, the anti-browning science hack. And finally, your perfect avocado strategy. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The ultimate superfood berry. Okay, check out this number because it represents the avocado's absolute secret weapon. A really groundbreaking study out of Ohio State University found that simply adding avocado to a salad or your salsa can actually increase your body's absorption of fat-soluble vitamins and cancer-fighting carotenoids by up to 500%. You see, the healthy fats in the avocado basically act like a personal transportation vehicle. If you just eat leafy greens or tomatoes without a good fat source, well, a lot of those essential vitamins like A, D, E, and K, they simply pass right through you completely unused. The avocado literally unlocks the nutrients in your other food.
To put that nutritional density into perspective, just 1 cup delivers about 975 milligrams of potassium. That is way more than a banana, by the way, and it's fantastic for relaxing your blood vessels and lowering blood pressure. You're also getting 10 to 14 grams of dietary fiber, which is basically premium fertilizer for your gut microbiome. Then there's the heart-healthy monounsaturated fat, specifically oleic acid, which goes to work lowering bad cholesterol. Plus, and this is a big one, eating it triggers the release of CCK. That's a powerful fullness hormone that sends a direct signal to your brain telling you, hey, we're full. Add in some lutein to protect your eyes from blue light and support your brain health, and honestly, it is super easy to see why this earned its superfood halo.
Section 2. Hidden risks and fatal mistakes.
So, as great as all that sounds, we need to do a sharp pivot here. First up is the cross-reactivity crisis. Proteins found in avocados actually closely resemble the allergens found in natural rubber latex. So, when someone with a latex allergy eats an avocado, their immune system can misfire, totally mistaking the fruit for latex. This is known as latex fruit syndrome, and get this, it affects up to 53% of people with latex allergies. Symptoms can be anything from a mildly tingling mouth to a widespread rash, and in severe cases, life-threatening anaphylaxis.
But what's truly alarming is how avocados can interact with some really common medications. For instance, if you take blood thinners like warfarin, the moderate levels of vitamin K in avocados can actually promote blood clotting, which directly counteracts your medication. Or if you're on ACE inhibitors for blood pressure, that massive dose of potassium we just talked about, it can push you into a really dangerous condition called hyperkalemia, causing irregular heartbeats. For diabetes, the high fiber can slow down the absorption of oral medications, while those healthy fats increase insulin sensitivity, which can lead to sudden, unexpected drops in blood sugar. And hey, let's not forget the calorie trap. A single large avocado packs about 320 calories. Eating too many is a fast track to unintentional weight gain or even digestive distress if you happen to be sensitive to FODMAPs, which are certain fermentable carbohydrates or histamines.
There's another hidden risk lurking in there too, a natural fungicide called persin. It's essentially the plant's built-in defense system, and it's highly concentrated in the leaves, the bark, the skin, and the pit. Laboratory studies have actually shown that avocado extract can cause DNA damage in human white blood cells under in vitro conditions, in a petri dish. Now, while the human liver is pretty great at processing small amounts, persin is highly toxic to animals like birds and horses. So the big takeaway here? Just ignore those viral internet trends telling you to blend up the avocado seed or brew avocado leaf tea. Honestly, it is simply not worth the risk to your cells.
Section 3. The fake avocado industry.
All right, let's talk about the ugly side of the grocery store. The evidence building against the avocado oil industry is pretty shocking. A major research study evaluated 22 major brands of avocado oil and found that a staggering 82% were either highly oxidized or just completely fake. Because there are no strict, legally binding U.S. regulations that define what avocado oil actually has to be, companies are getting away with massive corruption. We're talking about bottles boldly labeled pure avocado oil that are actually just diluted with cheap, highly inflammatory soybean or canola oil. And to hide the nasty smell of the rancid, oxidized oil, they just run it through a chemical deodorization process.
And it's not just the oil. Even the whole avocados in the produce section are being manipulated. A lot of them are thrown into gas chambers and pumped full of ethylene gas to artificially ripen them. Sure, this forces them to look totally perfect on the outside, but it completely stops the development of natural flavor chemicals and phytonutrients on the inside. Oh, and if you love grabbing a quick side of guacamole at a fast food joint, yeah, prepare for some disappointment. It often contains less than 5% actual avocado. You are usually paying a premium for a bowl of mashed green peas, hydrogenated oils, and food starches. It's an absolute tragedy of green pea goo.
Section 4. The Anti-Browning Science Hack. Okay, let's shift gears to something we've all struggled with. To beat the browning, you really have to understand the microscopic chaos you create the second you slice into an avocado. Inside the plant cells, there's an enzyme called polyphenol oxidase, or PO. Normally, it lives peacefully separated from other compounds called phenols, but the literal second your knife breaks those cell walls, they mix. Add in some oxygen from the air, and boom, a rapid chemical reaction begins. The PO enzyme uses the oxygen to turn those phenols into quinones, which then chain together to form that gross, unappetizing brown pigment. The avocado isn't rotten, it's just oxidized.
So how do we actually stop this? Well, a food science test pitted the internet's most popular hacks against each other over a 24-hour period. The control, of course, turned entirely brown. The onion method, which relies on sulfur gases to inhibit the enzyme, did slow the browning, but it left the avocado tasting, well, exactly like an onion. Lime juice worked incredibly well as a runner-up because its high acidity drops the pH and essentially shuts the PO enzyme right off. But the undisputed champion, the water bath. By submerging the avocado half cut side down in cold water, you create this perfect physical barrier. Absolutely no oxygen touches the flesh, meaning the chemical reaction literally cannot happen. The color stays absolutely flawless and the texture barely changes at all.
Section 5. Your perfect avocado strategy.
So, let's bring all this together. First things first, food safety. Avocados grow in hot, humid climates, and their thick, bumpy skin harbors all these tiny crevices that are absolutely perfect for dangerous pathogens like Salmonella and Listeria. If you do not wash the skin, your knife is just going to drag that bacteria from the outside straight into the creamy flesh you're about to eat. Always, always rinse and scrub the avocado under running water. Use a clean knife, and if you have leftovers, get them in the fridge immediately. Never leave sliced avocado just sitting out at room temperature.
Next up is portion control. If you want to get all those amazing heart health and nutrient-absorbing benefits without falling into the calorie trap or dealing with digestive distress, you really need to manage your intake. Studies actually show the sweet spot is just 1/3 to 1/2 of a medium avocado, eaten about 3 to 4 times a week. I know they're delicious, but more is not always better here. Moderation is really where the magic happens.
And when you're navigating the store, you've got to be a smart buyer. Opt for California Hass avocados when you can, and always do the gentle thumb press to check for rightness. It shouldn't be too squishy, but definitely not rock hard either. If you're picking up avocado oil, only buy it in dark glass bottles to prevent light oxidation, and thoroughly check that label for actual harvest or expiration dates. Finally, consider cycling your intake. Something like 5 days on, 2 days off. It gives your body a little break from compounds like persin and helps prevent the buildup of histamine sensitivities.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've seen how this incredible berry acts as a nutrient transport vehicle, how it can lower your blood pressure and even keep you full. But we've also unpacked the shocking realities of latex cross-reactivity, dangerous medication interactions, and a grocery store industry that's pushing fake oil and green pea goo. Armed with all this science, and, of course, that ultimate water bath browning hack, I think it's time to take a close look at your own plate. With its incredible benefits and hidden risks, are you eating your avocados the right way? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you in the next one.